Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for tuning into today's video. Today we are just having a little yap session. You know me, love to do that. So yeah, definitely lock in, but also like don't take this like too serious if you know me in real life, because it's not about anyone specifically, but if the shoe fits, the shoe fits. And yeah, before I start this video, I want to read a tweet that I love from an up-and-coming rapper that I follow on Twitter, which it's most likely already in the thumbnail, but you know, it really depends on what future breed decides to make the thumbnail. But anyways, the tweet says, support your friends publicly. Creatives often get discouraged because their own people don't show up for them. It costs $0.00 to support your friends in some way. Sharing their music, liking/retweeting their business, or reposting their work, etc. is free. So yes, I saw that and I was like, you know what? Yeah, definitely need to make a video about that, because I feel like it's a common-ish thing. I don't know, I could be wrong. I'm sure there's some, you know, creatives out there who feel 100% supported by everyone in their life. But I also feel like there's a good amount of us who maybe don't feel that as much, and you know, hope for people in our lives to give us a little bit more, you know. And as far as like creatives, I'm talking to literally everyone. Like if you make music, if you do art, if you like, for me, I'm a makeup artist, if you crochet, I also crochet. It could be photographer, like literally anyone who's like actively pursuing a career in like, you know, some type of art form, and like have active goals of like, you know, monetizing that and whatnot. So, you know, just to make a distinction between like if you make music, you know, it's if you're actually trying to meet a goal versus like if you just like singing at home, you know. So I'm talking to the people who are like actively trying to get somewhere with their stuff, because I know there's people who like paint, they do things, but they're not like selling, they're not trying to commission, they just like doing it. But yeah, so I'm talking for the people who are actively trying to like monetize their stuff. So yeah, but yes, I feel like it is kind of common for creatives when they're just starting out, especially, for people to like kind of, you know, publicly support them, or just like, you know, not even publicly, but even privately, even behind the scenes. I don't know why, but I just feel like, yeah, when people are starting out, it's so hard getting that initial like traction going. And usually the best way to get stuff going is through your friends, you know, giving you that little bit of engagement, and then algorithms pick you up, and then, you know, whatnot. But if you don't relate to this, then you are very lucky to have people in your life, you know, who are always supporting you. And I wanted to bring up this story that I have. This girl I used to be friends with in high school, we actually stopped being friends. One of the reasons we stopped being friends was because I didn't feel like supported. Now, mind you, I think I was a senior in high school at this time, and I think this is when I had like got my YouTube channel started. And mind you, I at the time considered her literally like one of my closest friends. Like we were very close and we talked very often. We worked at the same job. We talked, we FaceTimed, I was always at her house, like stuff like that. So I remember, and now we stopped being friends for multiple reasons, but this was one of them for me. But I remember like when I was first starting on my YouTube channel, I would send her links to the videos and be like, hey, if you have a chance, like, you know, could you watch my video, or even just give it a like, or, you know, just something. Because even if you just click on it and click out, you know, the algorithm will be like, oh, okay, you know, like it really does help. And I remember every time I would send it to her in conversation, she would like not respond for like a day or two. And then when she did text me back, it would be like changing the subject. And like, so she basically wouldn't even acknowledge what I had just sent like before that. And she did that a lot. And then so I got to a point like she wouldn't even like do like a heart, like, you know, like how you can on iPhones, at least you can react to a message. She wouldn't even like do a thumbs up, a heart, a fake, like even if you don't want to watch it, just being like, oh yeah, sure, I'll watch it. Like even that is like better than just completely ignoring. So over time, I kind of felt like, you know, was like, oh, Like, dang, that's kind of, so you can tell me all about, I have to hear about your boy problems and the problems with your, you know, all this other stuff. Which I didn't mind hearing about, obviously, because we were close friends, but I get to hear about all that nonstop. But then when I say, hey, could you possibly, if you have the time, watch this video or like it or something, it's crickets. So I did feel a little like, you know, slighted, maybe not even slighted, just literally like unsupported. And I was just like, oh, that kind of sucks. You know, if you're really my friend like that, you know, you could like even lie, fake, pretend, I don't care. But yeah, so that was one of the reasons why we stopped being friends, among other things. That was definitely not the only reason. It was, I think, just the icing on the cake for me. And like one of my friends, he makes music, and he basically asked his parents, like, can you name any of my songs? And they couldn't. And he was pretty hurt by that, because it was like, you know, you're my parents, like you could at least pretend to care, because this is something he's actively pursuing a career in, like actually trying to like get signed to a label, and like, you know, like that whole go on tours, all that. Like, so, you know, support from your literal parents is kind of like not expected, but kind of expected. You know, it's like, even if you don't approve of it or whatever, you could still like, I don't know. I don't even know what I'm trying to say. This video was like not really scripted. Like for me, if I had a kid and they wanted to make music, or they were making music and wanted to like actually have a career in that, babes, I'm playing the songs every Sunday. When we clean, we playing your music. Oh, I'm gonna be like all in your, like, yeah, if, I mean, you know, of course if they want, but like most kids want their parents to support them. But like, I'm just like, not knowing the names of your own child's songs is crazy to me. Even friends, if you're someone's best friend or like whatever, you know, make an effort to engage if you can. And if you have someone in your life who's a creative, it could be mom, dad, granny, friend, a sibling, like literally anyone, you know, your best friend, just like a close friend, and you know, whoever you know that's like kind of close to you. If you know someone who is a creative, just try to make an effort to like uplift them if you can. Tell them they're doing a good job, or don't. You could literally give like critiques, you could give opinions like for improvements, just honest opinions about things that they could possibly do better. Like, especially if they're starting out, you don't have to sit here and like praise them all day. You can make it how you want to make it. However you engage is how you engage. You know, if you want to sit here and say, oh, it's great, you know, give them their flowers for that, or be like, hey, I saw this, you know, I think next time you could do this. Like, anything helps, you know. Like, I always appreciate advice on how I can make my videos better, or if there's like, you know, things I could tweak, things like, you know, anything. Like, I'll take that advice. I also take someone telling me that they love my video or whatever. So it's like, you know, it's not that we're asking for people to just sit here and tell us that we're doing a good job in our ear all day, but anything, like literally any type of interest towards what we're doing. Like, let's say you have a friend who wants to draw comics or something, or like be a manga artist or something, like something with drawing. Like, a way you could show your support and like or just any type of interest or engagement, you could be like, you know, ask them, what's the newest thing you're working on right now, or like, you know, how's drawing, you know, lately. Like, is there any like work that you have that I can see? Like, do you post anything on your Instagram? Like, you know, stuff like that. Like, let's say you have a kid who wants to draw and stuff, or paint or whatever, you know, check in on what they're working on. You know, just ask what they're up to with their art, or like, do they have any big ideas for like, you know, the future, or what are their goals? Like, what do they want to do? Like, it's not like you have to like give money or like, you know, stream everything, but it's like, or buy every single thing that they like put out, but you can show interest, and even that is like good. Or like, let's say your friend has a podcast or something, you know, like reposting a clip of it on your story, or listening to a couple minutes of it, liking it, giving it a review on like, because you can give like reviews on podcasts now. Like, I think it's mainly with like Apple Podcasts, or I don't know, but I know that you can give like 1 to 5 stars now on podcasts, and like, you know, give them a 5 star, give them a good review, give their episode a like, post a couple seconds of it on your Instagram story, or if you don't do social media, send it to a friend, or just watch it, even if it's not your typical like thing you like to do. Just give it a couple minutes of watch, because any watch time is good. Or let's say like someone in your family has like, I don't know, I guess a YouTube channel. Let's just go with that. You know, maybe you could help them set up their little setup, or you could, you know, watch their videos, or if you don't want to watch them, you can subscribe, you know, stuff like that. And I feel like it's just important to uplift and just, I don't know, just act interested in, like, I don't know if that's like the exact thing I'm going for. There's something that, you know, everyone can do to help out the creative in their life. And I'm not even saying like a stranger. Like if you know someone personally who's like trying to create something, it can be anything. Like you can do something to support them. And like the tweet said, it doesn't have to cost money. It can be 100% free. Like there are free things, you know, that people can do to help out their friend or whoever. Like, you know, repost your photographer friend's work. Or like for me, I'm a makeup artist. That's like my main money making job. And like, let's say, you know, you could repost my my looks on your Instagram story, or like, or commenting on my posts, you know, stuff like that. Like it's really, I don't know, it's on the creative side like of it. It definitely can be a little disheartening when your people in your circle kind of don't even try to pretend like they care about what you have going on. And again, this might not be everyone's experience, but I feel like I've definitely heard people, you know, with this same sentiment, and like I've definitely felt it at times. I'm lucky though, like at least with my girlfriend, she is very supportive of my YouTube channel, and like she is subscribed to me. She doesn't even really watch YouTube, but she'll, like, you know, if she sees like that, I think she has my notifications on, which is good for the algorithm. And if she sees a video, she'll literally play it on her laptop, but like in the background. Like she doesn't even, because I don't ask her to like sit down and like lock in and watch my videos. I'm just like, if you could just give it a couple minutes of watch time, you can literally play it and have it not even facing you. Like I don't even care. Like anything helps, especially these days when everybody is trying to do, you know, some form of like something. Everyone's like, maybe not everyone, but more people are getting into the creative kind of space, and anything helps. I've noticed like any little bit helps. So yeah, if you know someone who is trying to do something, you know, creative, you know, help them out if you can, if you have the capacity to. Like no one's forcing you, no one has a gun to your head, but definitely just try if you can, you know, share their work if you can, you know, give it a like. Maybe they're on, like, if they make music, add their song to your library, or listen to their music. I mean, if you don't want to listen to their music, you know, you could play the music on mute, like it, because that still is a stream. So it's like, you know, there's things that that we can all do to help out the person we know, who is, you know, after something, you know, has big goals. Because with like the creative industry, like it's very hard to get in it. It's very hard to like be actively in it. Especially like with me, I like, obviously I'm a makeup artist, but I also model, and I have like my own like crochet, like not a business, but I do commission pieces. And also I have another business on the side with one of my friends from school. So yeah, and even with all that, it's impossible to get started. Any repost, any like, any comment, it really does help. Because I know sometimes people think like, oh, it's not gonna make a difference when, like, but it really does. Like honestly, the algorithms these days, they're not forgiving. Like everything helps. If your stuff flops, it's hard to get it out of that flop, and the only way to do that is like the initial engagement from people you know. Unless you're lucky and you have a lot of followers based off of like, you know, people finding you on like the Instagram like For You page, or you know, you blew up on TikTok, but not everybody has that. It's very rare, even though I know a lot of people are like, oh, everyone goes viral these days, but it's still very rare. The amount of people that use social media these days, it's like, I mean, but yes, I think that is pretty much it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.